Welcome. Welcome to the Bounce Back Empowerment Conference. Now say this with me. Bounce back. Yes, I can. Unstoppable. Unstoppable, free, and fearless. Unshakable.
Bounce back, bounce back. Unbreakable, unshakable, nothing stops you in your track. Bounce back, bounce back. Uplifted, inspired, feel your positive unpack.
Never, ever. Never giving up. Encouraged, uplifted, inspired, empowered, motivated.
Bounce back, bounce back. Unbreakable, unshakable, nothing stops you in your track. Bounce back, bounce back. Uplifted, inspired, feel your positive unpack.
Yes, yes, yes I can. Yes I will. Yes I believe. Yes, yes, yes. Heart, be still.
Bounce back, bounce back. Unbreakable, unshakable, nothing stops you in your track. Bounce back, bounce back. Uplifted, inspired, feel your positive unpack.
Bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back.
And without further ado, I got to keep it rolling because there is more gems to be had. There is so much more to be said. It doesn't end here as we have the wonderful Annetha Jones joining us in the world to share her story. Annetha Jones, she's an EDS and she is the president of and CEO of NEAT Consulting, Networking, Educational Advocacy, and Training. And it promotes the educational advocacy for students. She's also a certified Georgia real estate agent, a fellow agent here, girl. Yes, love it. Educator, speaker, facilitator, and she's the author From Poverty to Principle. Her book was inspired by the obstacles she faced as a child in her life events, and that propelled her to promote educational advocacy for underserved students. She's had many lifetimes in amazing ways. I'm seeing that she was a retired middle and high school principal. During her tenure, she was named Teacher of the Year, District Middle School Assistant Principal of the Year, and the finalist for the Principal of the Year award. She has developed 2 mentoring programs that have provided more than 300 mentors to at-risk students. She holds a business education degree from Florida A&M. Yes, Florida A&M. And she's a master's and a specialist degree in educational leadership from Nova Southeastern University. And so I'm so excited for Annetha to talk about don't allowing where you're from to determine where you are going, baby. So with that being said, let's bring wonderful Annetha Jones to the stage.
Wow, Sabriya, that introduction was amazing. Like, I need you with me all the time, not just for this conference, right, Dr. Stem? I have a question for you, though, Sabriya, before I begin. Why did you put me after Natasha? She was amazing. Natasha, that was beautiful. It was poignant. It was emotional. I mean, I received what you were saying, and I thank you. Thank you for sharing so much. So, good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies. I am so glad to be here with you today. But before I begin, I would like to just say something to Dr. Stem. Dr. Stem is a very inspirational woman. And I'm sure that you all will agree with me when I say that her smile is so beautiful and infectious. I love Dr. Stem. So thank you for having us here today, Dr. Stem, with this amazing and fabulous program. So as Sabriya said, I am Annetha Jones, and the title of my presentation is Don't Allow Where You're From to Determine Where You're Going. I must tell you, ladies, that I have been eagerly anticipating this event. And ladies, I truly look forward to hearing your presentations as well. I want my time with you to be informative and interactive. So with that being said, let's go. I would like to begin with a quote, my very own quote, and it is, "What do I believe about women? I believe that we're all very different, but yet so similar. Some of us are wives, mothers, sisters, daughters. Some of us have weathered storms, and some of us have been cared for like queens. But one thing is for sure, we are all resilient women, and we have our own story to tell. So now, please allow me to share a bit about my story with you today. I hope that my story will encourage you or someone you know to accept that where you're from does not determine where you're going. So I've been told by many people that based on my outward appearance, that most are surprised to learn about my childhood struggles and how I overcame them. Of course, that's all behind me now, and I'm grateful that I've come a very long way. But please let me assure you that I know and I understand what it means to overcome obstacles. You may ask, how do I know? Well, to begin with, I was raised by a single mother, and we did not have very much. And I did not form a relationship with my father until I was in my late 20s. Since I was a child of poverty and our financial resources were extremely limited, at the tender age of 13, I petitioned for a worker's permit because I needed money to buy clothing and other basic essentials. Another big turning point in my life was when I was in the 9th grade. I was placed in a math class with a host of other Black and brown students because we received free or reduced lunch. So basically, we were placed there because we were poor. I knew, though, that curriculum was far beneath my educational potential. So I insisted, as a child, I insisted on being removed from that class. They removed me, and that was when I first became an advocate for myself. Yes, I was a young girl, but I could feel the shift. I felt accomplished. I felt empowered. I went on to graduate high school in good standings, and I applied to Florida A&M University, and I was accepted there. And it was there that I realized that I could and I would do better for myself, and I did. Because it was my opportunity to change my circumstances. Because as women, we are what? Ladies, we are resilient. So now, ladies, in just a few seconds, I'm going to ask you to unmute your mics and affirm the following statements with me, because remember, I want my presentation to be interactive. And that statement will be, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am resilient. So now, ladies, please unmute your mics. And on the count of 3, let's say these things together.
I am
to unmute your mics.
beautiful.
Wait, on the count of 3, on the count of 3. Dr. Stem, you're going ahead of me here. Okay, here we go, ladies. 1, 2, 3.
I am
beautiful.
I am strong. I am resilient.
Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Give yourselves a hug. I affirm, yes, I affirm that I love myself dearly. Don't you? I certainly hope that you all responded with a silent yes. Ladies, we must always love ourselves. Thank you for participating with that activity. Okay, I'd also like to share another story with you. I recently contributed to an anthology called Women of Courage with 24 other courageous women who also shared their poignant stories. In my chapter, I shared a bit about my childhood experiences and how my cousins would often tease and call me names. Almost daily, they would tell me that I looked like a giraffe because I was tall and thin, or they call me Miss Piggy because my nose was pudgy. And to make things worse, after my first grade teacher returned our school photos, I was so excited because I actually liked my photo. I was so happy that I shared with my dear friend who happened to be a Caucasian boy, but he immediately said to me, Annetha, you look like a lion. Of course, at that time, I did not think it was funny. He was joking because we were friends. But as I got older, guys, I look back at that picture and I have to say to his credit, I may have some similarities of a lion cub because I had a bushy, sandy colored afro and my front teeth were all missing. But as a youngster, his comments hurt. I was getting it from all angles, from my cousins, from my friend, my classmate. And if I told you that those negative comments did not bother me, that would not be the truth. Hearing those comments coupled with my low socioeconomic background, it was a bit difficult. However, I stayed strong. I stayed strong because I was, and I still am, a praying person. My grandmother instilled that in me, the power of prayer. And because of the faith that I have, and because I held onto God's unchanging hand, I overcame my childhood circumstances. And now I have a wonderful husband and two beautiful children. I know unequivocally that I am a blessed woman. Yes, I have scars from my past. And there were times I would ask, why me? And I have grown to embrace those scars from my past because they helped me to become the woman I am today. A woman who has gone from poverty to principle and beyond. I love who I am. And to add icing to the cake, after being a little girl who had very little and who was routinely receiving a barrage of unpleasant teasing, I went on to become a finalist in the Mrs. Florida pageant. And the proverbial ugly duckling became a beautiful swan who feels so blessed. I am referring to how I feel on the inside and the outside. So ladies, I wear my crown. Thank you so much. I wear my crown. I receive my crown. I thank God for my crown. I wear it proudly. And I encourage each of you to wear your crowns proudly. Dr. Stim, you're gonna make me cry. I encourage each of you to wear your crowns proudly, whether it's tangible as mine is, or invisible. Wear your crowns, lady, and wear it proudly. You've earned it, just as I have.
Yes.
Okay, now to lighten it up a little bit more. Before my session ends, ladies, I would like to do 2 interactive activities with you. And here's the first, I'm gonna keep my crown on. Here's the first one. Okay, you ready? When I ask you where you're from and where you're going, I'd like for you to take a moment to think about it, or a few seconds, literally and metaphorically, and then respond in the chat. I'll let you know when to start. But first, here's my own personal example of where I'm from and where I'm going. From struggles and uncertainties to stability and happiness. Or you might say from good to great, whatever suits your situation. Now, please take about 10 seconds and briefly write in the chat what describes where you're from and where you're going. Okay, I would like to read a few of, did you guys write in the chat? I don't see. Okay, here we go. Okay. From uncertainty to confidence, from brokenness to being blessed to others, overwhelmed to overcoming, and from a place of fear and self-doubt to a place of greatness and fearless and success. Going from restricted to freedom. Oh my goodness, ladies, these are beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. From doubt to confident. These are wonderful, wonderful. I'm trying to see. From victim to victor. Wow. From certain to confident and clear. I hope I didn't miss any. They are wonderful, ladies. Just checking again. Thank you, ladies, so much. That was wonderful. That was beautiful. And if I miss any of your comments in the chat, thank you for sharing. I will go back and read them later. I appreciate your participation, but I have another activity. Remember, interactive. I was a school teacher, y'all. So you have to just kind of go with me. Okay, my second and my last activity. Okay, now I ask you to take a moment to think about one word that makes you feel happy and encouraged. Please allow me to go first again. My word is faith. And I love the Bible verse that says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Okay, at this time, I ask each of you to take a few seconds and type one word in the chat that makes you feel happy and encouraged. Okay, my assistant didn't play my Jeopardy music, but I'll go ding, 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 ding. He messed up there. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so let me start reading the words from the chat. Wow, here we go again with some wonderful, wonderful words. Believe, how powerful, beautiful. Grace, freedom, joy, faith, fearless, joyful. Ladies, these are beautiful. Whole and peace. These are so wonderful, ladies. Thank you so very much for sharing those wonderful words. Ladies, thank you for sharing and thank you for your time. And don't ever forget where you're from, but focus more on where you're going. And remember, we are women of courage. Stay beautiful, stay strong, and stay resilient. Thank you, ladies.